So on.
Okay, so the budget options are good to go. Are we in topic two?
Yep, topic
Or
2.
is it topic two? Okay, perfect. So let me get you something from before, which is just a recap on how we built the budget options. So we built 9 budget options. Let me get those. Here. Copy. Go into our notes. Here. Okay. So. Okay. So do you see the options here? The recap of the options. Line 6.
Take a look. 9 6 options. Okay.
All right. So the one option we just considered the POPs of active workers.
But is this against policy?
Yeah, there is a need of 75.75% to meet the 25% cut. Line.
I'm not too worried about that, but my question is it against policy to ignore all of the other? I guess it's not. It's just a policy proposal. Okay, it's just a budget proposal.
Is one option, yes. Then we have option 2, which is basically option 1 plus we hire Eileen at the request of 180 per month, 15 hours per week, which is $3 per hour. $3 per hour. And this is obviously brings down the budget even more. And here
time to stretch. Please stop.
Okay,
Stand up.
take a
Then
stretch.
stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay, stretch 30 seconds. All right. Jay, you there?
Yes.
Yeah, so for Eileen, I consider the old POP because the new POP, the new proposal, was not done by the new moon to be applicable to this budget, which the new moon deadline was March.
Wait. Say what you did again. What did you do?
She made a proposal with the new POP.
I know, but what did you do?
I consider
He took the old one.
yeah, I mean, she linked the old POP to the new POP, which is just one POP, right? From what you explained me. There's no, like, you can do many different files, but there is just one POP. So the new POP with a different pay rate has been done, wasn't been done by the March 6th, which was the new moon, full moon deadline for this month's budget, to be applicable to this month's budget.
Okay, so what is the policy on that?
So I took the last pay before that.
No, that would be policy tracking. So it sounds like you need to do policy tracking for not communicating with Eileen and ignoring the policies and process for the POP verification. Why is the POP part of the worker involvement criteria?
Because it's the legal relationship with the organization. very important.
Yeah, but under it being part of the worker involvement criteria, if they don't have an updated correct POP, then it is what? What's the policy?
They get the warning, and then if still by the new moon they don't comply, they get fired. They cannot work.
Time to
Yeah.
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah, so obviously you can't work if your POP is not updated and correct. All right, so how does that relate to new recruits?
To new recruits that they already have. I mean, if they didn't have a pop before,
It doesn't matter whether they have a POP before or not. They have to follow the policy.
Yeah, the new recruits. I mean, if they do a proposal, I mean, the new recruits is just once we verify their budget, the initial verification of the POP, they can be voted on. They are
Okay, so
immediately added to the budget.
what is the status of Eileen's POP? Has it been verified and ready to be added to the budget or not?
No, I guess not. No, it needs to be updated.
So that is policy tracking for you.
Yeah. Okay.
How much time did you spend on all of her POP and the budget options and everything for her?
Very little. It was just duplicating.
Well, I would say at least 30 minutes. I mean, me and you have talked about it for longer than 15 minutes. So it's like, we talked about it. It was brought up multiple times. And instead of communicating with Eileen, you just ignored it.
Yeah, I did.
So that's obviously policy tracking at least 30 minutes, if not an hour or more. I mean, it's just like it's not following through with your assigned work.
Yeah.
So whoever was doing the POP, I mean, you guys have been talking about POP verification this, POP verification that, POP, and it's like then you just guys don't do the work, to actually do POP verification. Even after we talk about it, it's like I talk about it and tell you exactly what needs to be done, and then you just ignore me and what I say too. So maybe we should be double.
No, I did not ignore you. As a matter of fact, I mean,
I told you that you.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
and it wasn't correct. So instead of telling her that it's verified, you need to tell her that there's a problem and it needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I got confused.
It can't be considered to move on to stage 4, which is being added to the budget.
Yeah, you're correct.
And why is that important?
Because option 2 is not applicable now, for example.
No, it's important because if we are going to follow policy, then she needs to be empowered to be able to change her budget.
Yeah.
Right? So by doing this, you are de-empowering her and taking away her power to change her budget.
Now inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So in my mind, the correct way to address this particular policy situation is that if you want to include Eileen in the budget, you have to include her with her new POP, because otherwise you're disempowering her, and which is completely against our fundamental values. So under either way, it's policy tracking, but I feel like the correct way to do this, if we're not going to communicate with Eileen and make sure her POP is correct, which has happened before, like people submit a POP and no one verifies it, and people didn't understand the old POP and nothing happened. So then in that case, you just move forward with the current POP, the new one. If the work's not done properly, right? That would be the correct manner to make sure that Eileen is fully empowered, and it's not you making a personal decision outside of the context of the individual.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
So basically, any option that includes Eileen in these budget options would be against policy unless it uses her new POP, or unless there is actual communication to empower her to be able to change her budget.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, try to communicate with her first.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna go with just adding her to the budget, then there's no need to communicate with her. Then that's just like further making a difficult problem worse.
All right, so we
Let's
can
go with the new budget.
we can still keep reviewing the budget options, because with their new POP, there will be there is the training pay rate that's included. That is just $20 difference from this 180. So it would be just $20 difference. Lower. It's 160 for 10 hours per week for dollars per hour.
Yeah, so just make that change. And I did say that's two separate policy trackings. You did not communicate with Eileen. And then furthermore, after breaking policy, you further broke policy by going with the old POP instead of the new POP. So you should have asked, like, if you were just going to ignore the policies and ignore the POP verification process, which POP do you go with? And our policy is very clear. You always go with the new POP, not the old one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did 1 hour now.
Time to pause.
I'll do more
Please
later.
stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I mean, we'll call it 1 hour. It's 30 minutes each, right? Because it's related. 1 hour policy track.
Yeah, I think 1 hour from before and at least 30 minutes from for now, I guess, for these other policy.
Okay, so not approved Joyce's updated. So obviously this is against policy. Rather than most expensive worker take and use the extra bonuses. What does that mean? What is and use the extra for bonuses? What is that?
All right, so then we have number 3 is not approve Alberto's updated pay rate and including hiring Eileen. This is meeting policy, but is still not balanced. Then not approve Joyce updated pay and hire Eileen. Then fire the most expensive worker ATE based on top average cost ranking and use the extra for bonus and include $150 for overtime bonuses. Then we have the second one is just fire the most expensive worker ATE based on top average cost ranking and hire Eileen. Then the fifth one was not hire Eileen, right? So this was not including Eileen, not including Eileen. Fifth. The sixth is firing the most expensive worker ATE and then hiring Eileen. The 7 is firing the most expensive worker ATE, that's it, without any additions to bonuses and nothing. And 8 is not approve Alberto's updated proposal and fire the 2 most expensive workers ATE and Mamoon, and probably not including Eileen, which is the first balanced option. We're required to have at least one balanced option. And
what
then
is balance?
It's balanced. The core team is balanced. The core team with the income, just the core team, obviously, not the overall budget. The overall budget is never balanced. But I mean, I'm just talking just the core team HR budget.
Based on what? Based on the income?
Yeah, based on the income, of course.
Okay, I didn't know that was a policy, but okay, continue.
Take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
Yeah, in the policy, in the responsibility organized, it says it's required to have at least one balanced option. And not approve Alberto and Joyce updated proposal and also cut internet reimbursement, which is $50. Remember that all these options include $50 of internet reimbursement, which is not really balanced, but almost, I mean, $3 balanced. So I don't know if you guys have other options in mind, but I think all these options are definitely viable options that we should propose.
Well, let's take a break. But I mean, I obviously don't understand the idea of not approving the updated POP. Like, that's just not part of our policies. Like, I don't even understand what that is.
Yeah, this I had some questions, obviously. I mean, but the point is that there is options where the changes in the proposals in the POPs for Alberto and Joyce, and from my understanding, there should be options where these changes are not included, right?
Why?
So basically, the option is it's that Alberto is not included in the budget.
Well, yes, that follows policy. So we can fire someone and cut someone from the budget. You specifically asked me what the policy was, and I told you what it was. Right? On Discord, right? You asked me what the policy was on.
I think we lost Albert.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Okay.